start streaming. Oh, ding, ding, ding. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dishing Up Clicks. As always, I am Mary's Edge. We've been gone for a little while. Now we are back. A lot of stuff to cover. A lot of updates to give you. A lot of thanks to give the community as well. Let me just take a sip of this grapefruit.
Non-spawn.
Not a sponsor.
But if any seltzer company would like to sponsor us.
That'd be outstanding.
Yep.
But who we do have for sponsors is always thank you to Critical Hit Customs, Marcus Zilla and the boys, always having our back. We appreciate that. Sargent's Comics and Games in New London, Connecticut. Thank you so much for letting us play HeroClix at your fine establishment and always backing us up for tournaments like Rock State Championships that will be coming in late September. As long as, I don't know, the world doesn't continue to melt.
We hope.
And things like WizKids Opens and that as well. We also like to give thanks to a few people for helping out with the Critical Hit, the Dishing Up Clicks, for the Dishing Up Clicks Mental Health Connecticut charity event. As always, thank you to Aaron Constantine Morgan for helping me organize it all, put it together. Thank you to my lovely wife Ginger for getting us a charity to donate to and pushing me to stop being so lazy and actually getting out there and doing this charity event. Thank you to Jeremiah Peterson for donating a tray, and Critical Hits Customs for donating tokens, Majestics, The Rock, to John Waters, Jeremy Walters, Brian Galley, Peter Cernick. Who else am I missing that's donated
so many people
stuff to the cause? I mean, I'm literally sitting here looking at.
I know.
I wish I could show it. Just a stack of stuff ready to
halfway
give.
up. We have 10-foot ceilings. It's at least 5 feet high.
Just so many things to give away, and it's just fantastic. So thank you so much to everyone. And and again, I don't like to make things personal that much, but thank you to everybody who has reached out in the past week. Again, it was our honeymoon, and everything was going great, and we traveled all over Connecticut because thank you, COVID, you son of a bitch. And halfway through our honeymoon, our oldest dog, Vic, had a seizure. She was 14 years old. And
by no means a baby, but still our baby.
And after the seizure, she couldn't walk. I mean, she was already having a hard time as it was, and then it was to the point where I was carrying her everywhere to go outside.
It was rough.
And so we had to say goodbye to her on Sunday. And then Scott Porter decided, hey, it'd be a great time to do some previews. And I just basically said to hell with it. And I got lazy and didn't do my screenshots like I usually do. I didn't post up a single video. I didn't. I basically just I mailed it in and said to hell with it. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it. But thank you to Joe Pangrazio and Aaron Constantine Morgan again, and everybody else who has posted up content on the page to give the viewers and fans of the page those previews and the content. If you want to talk previews, by all means, throw stuff in the chat that we have going on right now. I have no idea what the hell is going on with the set. I really haven't checked out much of it at all. I've been taking care of stuff here at the house and just not as engaged as I should be with HeroClix at the moment. To update the tournament, we are in the second wave of single elimination. We do have some amazing pairings coming up to you. Oh, shish kebab. We have Connor Steenberg, I believe, versus Esteban Limon. Esteban beat Kenji to move on to the second round. Aaron Lloyd is going to be playing Jonah. We've got Matty G versus Steven C. George Massow is playing Tommy Lytle. Chip Barnett from the Eagles is playing his arch nemesis, Simeon Bruce. We have Corey Franklin has already beaten Fat Indiana Jones, Brian Dormier. So he's moved on to the next round of single elimination. We have Easton Brock playing Kenny Pena.
Ooh.
And we have Robert Gallagher playing Ricky Kirk. So we do have a lot of really good matchups coming up. And speaking of that, thank you to everybody who jumped in on sponsorships and made the Helping Hands probs as good as they were. We our ending total 100% of what we made with this tournament, $1,105 is what is going to be getting donated to Mental Health Connecticut.
And that is amazing. And I can tell you that I've been in contact with Mental Health Connecticut, and we didn't have a total yet. I just said, I kind of just laid out, hey, would you be interested in us donating? And, is that something we can do, put together? And they were so very excited. I think that we could hand them a check for $5 and they would be very grateful. But I cannot wait to give them the total. Very excited about that. We're both very excited about that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Looks like we have Joe Pangrazio watching. We have my son, Z Deadpool 007 there watching as well. He asks, is Jonah looking for pics of Spider-Man? We all know that J. Jonah Jameson is always looking for pictures of Spider-Man. That dirty jerk. With that being said, let's jump right into the Q&A. We did have some questions from the community, and I will pass that over to Ginger.
Any particular way you want me to start? You want to just jump right in? Okay. So, Mr. Joe Pangrazio asks, if you could pick one and everything stayed the same, would you make primes weaker and just rarer uniques like pre-carded days?
My handwriting was pretty
or
tough.
Primes stay the same but not themed.
All right, so when they introduced primes, they wanted primes to be these special. I was gonna say more special.
Please
They're
don't.
more special than uniques. Uniques is you can only play one of that figure. Mm-hmm. A prime is you can only play one prime, period, per team. So if you're going to make something like that, it should be, and this is just my opinion, you should have it common and uncommon primes seem kind of redundant then, because you have them in the common and the uncommon slot, and then in a case you have one brick that is usually your chase brick, and then you have one brick that is usually your prime brick. It's very deflating when you have a substandard prime as your brick, and you pop it open and you look at it and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I got the common prime. Like, if you're going to make primes and they're supposed to be powerful and they're supposed to be so powerful you can only play one per team, why don't we have 2 rare primes,
make them awesome,
and 2 super rare primes, and make them very good? Like, don't give me a junk common prime. Don't give me a junk uncommon prime. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, no, there's some really good ones that... Like, no, there's not. Like, the best... Like, we've had, like, 2... I think maybe 2 good common primes. Other than that, like, the best common prime we've ever gotten, I think, right now has been Batman. Second to that is, like, the Thanos that we've gotten. So, like, if you're going to do primes, give me 2 rares and give me 2 super rares. So, in my prime brick, I'm guaranteed a rare, super rare prime. You're still doing 4, but they're worth the effort. If they're not going to be worth the effort, then yeah, get rid of them. Just completely get rid of primes. I don't want to spend $120 on a brick and then pop open that junk ass prime and feel like I've wasted my money. So yeah, either give me 4 primes in a set that each do something very game changing, that's worth it, or don't give me any of them at all. And yeah, please stop making them all theme. We had that issue when it was like the Squadron Supreme. They all had the same keyword. You couldn't play any of them together because they're primes, and then you had to make an ATA that allowed you to play all of the primes together. So, I get it, like, the sets are all themed now, but you have sub-themes. So, if you're going to have 4 different sub-themes, make each one of those primes part of the sub-themes. Make it, like the Fantastic Four set. I'm going to make a Fantastic Four. I'm going to make a Frightful Four. I'm going to make this. I'm going to make, like, but make them worth the, like, make it feel like it's worth my money. If not, get rid of primes and just give me another chase. Make it seem like I'm getting value out of what I'm getting. So, I hope that answers your question. But yeah, there's just... It just seems like there are some primes that you get, and you kind of just look at it and you're like, this doesn't feel like a prime. This doesn't feel like, I got my money's worth out of this rarity slot. So, it's hit or miss. There are some that are game changing, and then there are some that are just cheeks. What do we got next?
All right, next question in no particular order. PJ Bolin, and your handwriting is terrible, by the way.
Yeah, I'm aware.
What are you expecting in Team Nuts?
Nats.
Okay,
Nationals.
Nats.
Team Nuts.
You
good old
spell
Team Nuts.
Nationals?
No, Team Nuts. Good old Team Nuts.
What are you expecting in Team Nuts? What 3 builds would you jam together?
Yes. So the way Team Nationals works is
No, it's Team Nuts from now on.
Team Nuts. All right, the way that Team Nuts works is you have an A player, a B player, and a C player, and they play against another team's A player, B player, and C player. Team Nuts. Next year at Origins, Team Nuts. Joe, I wish I would have done a little more research on this before answering this, but they're not doing Extreme Highlander, right? I know that The Rock has been very excited about doing Extreme Highlander.
There can only
for
be one.
That's basically what it is. That's what the Highlander rule is. It's just there can only be one. So like, let's say I was playing the Black Widow chase. The whole, like, not every single person on the team could play it. Only one person could play that figure. I don't think. Team Nuts. Everyone is enjoying Team Nuts.
It's
Team
your
Nuts.
handwriting.
I don't know what to tell you. So
Write better?
Team Nuts. So, I don't think it's Extreme Highlander. Obviously, I mean, if you're gonna... hopefully you have 3 people that can think for themselves, and they all just don't. I don't think so, but they're still doing regular Highlander across the 3 teams. Alright, so if I had to pick 3 teams, and this is just me personally, obviously you're going to want a Black Widow build. Whether it be the Alpha Strike style or the classic kind of Black Widow build. Me personally, I really enjoy Justice League right now. So I would play a Justice League team. Dr. Fates, and there's so many different things you can do with Justice. Like, when I say Justice League team, Joe is probably thinking of a different team than Emily, then a different team than Zach, then a different team than I'm thinking of. I mean, a lot of people like to put Dr. Fates in it. I like to have Billy Batson in mine. Yes, basically, of course, that's what it is, Zach, because you want to have the cheese. You don't want to play some... Well, you say cheese because I played a Justice League team against you and literally just kicked the snot out of you because all you play is Deadpool stuff.
Yeah, but didn't he win against you?
Not in that Justice League. No, I kicked the living... just kicked the dog shit out of him with that Justice League build.
But I do remember him whooping your butt that first night.
He beat me with some team.
Mm-hmm.
But when I played Justice League though,
mm-hmm.
it was a whooping. But anyway, so I would do a Black Widow build. I would do a Justice League build. I really enjoy, and I'm gonna go into it. Weapon H. That's what you played. Yes, you played that Weapon H.
And he whooped your ass.
Well, I couldn't get past it. Anyways, so I'm going to get into it when I start to talk about the online nationals a little bit. I really liked George Massow's scientist build. But, I mean, if you're going to go with what's working right now, you're going to try and play a Wingard Vulture build. Robots is still really good too. I mean, shout out to PJ. He is playing a robot team. He's playing a Mazo. I don't know who his teammates are. I mean, there's only, 155 different Phoenix Nest members, so who the hell knows who he could be playing with. So, I mean, if I'm going to play... Now that I'm thinking about it, if I'm going to play and I really want to win, I'm going to play Black Widow. I'm going to play Robots. And I'm going to play Vulture Wingard. I mean, Immortal Hulk is still very good too. But I think the 3 that I mentioned is solid as all hell. Null from Gamers, Guitars, and Gore. Null will be a god for shutting down Skrull, Symbiote, Spidey, and Fam. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. As I mentioned before, I haven't looked at any of the Spider-Man previews.
No.
I will probably be putting out another video after I actually start looking at stuff. Monster still is a very good keyword, Zach. I mean, you still have Wendigo. You still have a lot of the monster stuff. I know I'll see. But right now, with the way that Black Widow plays, if you have a guy who doesn't have a printed power on the dial and it's through a special power or a trait, yeah. Okay, well, I mean, shape change is just shape change. You still have... A lot of people rely too much on power. I mean, you still have to roll dice in this game. So, yes, you're going to put yourself at the biggest advantage. But yeah, that's great and all, but we're not talking about Maximum Carnage and Spider-Man coming up. We're talking about Team Nationals. So right now, Null ain't doing shit. Maybe
Null is just that. No.
Maybe in the future, sure, Null will change things. Super Skrull is still very good as well, and things like that. So yes, we're going to see Team Nuts. We're going to see obviously a change in the competitive play, but for Team Nuts this weekend, that's the 3 teams that I would pick. What do we got next?
Okay. Again, your handwriting.
Yes, I know.
Doc, is it Muerto or is it Muxto?
No, Muerto.
All right. When's the next Dishing Up Clicks Roll20 event?
As of right now, Aaron and I are discussing some things. He sent me a what the hell is it? A Google document the other day. The plan is going forward is we're gonna try and do a couple. I don't know if it's gonna be the same size as what the charity event is right now, but we're looking to do some holiday events. We're gonna do a Halloween, a Thanksgiving, and a Christmas event. I believe the Thanksgiving event is going to be a charity event put on by Aaron for a food pantry by where he lives. And then I believe the Christmas event is going to be a charity event that we're going to do like Toys for Tots. And that's also going to be down in Aaron's neck of the woods as well. But once we have hammered out more of the details, we will let you guys know. I don't know what we're going to do for prizing. I don't know how we're going to do all that. I mean, obviously, we can't go as big as we did for the mental health charity event because I can't keep milking the community for every single figure that I can get. But I can guarantee you that we are also going to be doing the 12 Days of Clicksmas again. We're going to be doing it a little differently this year. We're going to have multiple winners instead of just one person winning everything, so we can spread around the cheer.
Spread the joy.
But yeah, I mean, for this charity event that we're doing for Mental Health Connecticut, my goal was to try and make it so that every single person who was involved in the tournament, playing in the tournament, would be able to get prizing, and every single person who played in this tournament is going to get prizing. Now, whether or not they actually accept the prizing, because some of the people who played in the tournament actually donated to the tournament, so I don't think they're going to want their shit mailed back to them. So anything that's left over will obviously go towards prizing for other events and towards 12 Days of Clicksmas and things of that nature. So
yeah, I'm not into keeping stuff in this house. I like to give it away.
She literally, yes.
I love giving his stuff away.
So I got a couple of things here on the chat. Games, Guitars, and Gore. When is Nationals? Savak comes the 9th. Yeah, individual Nationals was last weekend, and Adam Friedman won. And then Team Nationals is this weekend. So, yeah, the Maximum Carnage and stuff. That is on Roll20. So he's not going to be legal for it one bit whatsoever. Maybe for the Rock Worlds event that Scott Crampton and the Rock are putting together, he might be viable then. So he might make a splash then. But again, like I said, I haven't updated myself with the figure. So my next video, I'll be more than happy to go full in depth into how much this guy is going to reshape the meta, because you seem to really be on it. Well, y'all have less than 2 weeks to get in those Skrull team. Yeah. Well, again, I don't think Skrulls is going to be reshaping competitive play to begin with. Is the Skrulls good? Yes, they are fantastic. But there's always ways around. There's so many different things right now in competitive play. I'm going to need a poll eventually. For what? What are you going to need a poll for? Okay, so, Doc, be on the lookout. We do have more coming. Quite a bit more, apparently. So, I mean, at least 3 more events. Aaron is... He is very motivated to get this Roll20 rolling.
He's highly
and I
caffeinated.
am super computer ignorant when it comes to... All right, so I shouldn't say that.
Hold on.
Once I was able to get into Roll20, and Emily did her blog post is just... Mwah, it helps idiots like me really look at it and be like, okay, so I can just do this and then put a map on it. And I really made it good. So I was able to put together the pages quickly, and I kind of understand it. I only had to go back through and change like 4 maps because I put everything on the same layer. But Aaron he's balls to the wall when it comes to doing these Roll20 events, and I'm all for it. If it means it's giving people something to have fun about, something to talk some smack about, friendly talking smack about, and just staying active and helping with their mental health, and by all means, I'll put together as many Roll20
We'll do one
events.
a weekend if that's what it takes.
I mean, I'll try and juggle this shit for as long as I can before my mental health really goes down the drain.
It's National Pizza Day. We having a tournament.
Yep. I'll send you a pie. It's going to get there. Yeah. It's going to be a little... but I'm going to send it to you.
We're Uber eating you a friggin' Domino's right now. All right. Andrew Fairweather, this kind of goes into right where you were just talking about. Why don't you play Roll20 more?
Because I suck at it. I don't play Roll... I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it again. I'm literally doing everything on a laptop. I've seen someone like Chip Barnett from the Eagles. How you doing, Chip? Love you guys. I hope you're all doing well on the West Coast. I've seen this guy's setup. And he's got like a laptop, and he's got a side monitor, and he's like, people like they have like, okay, so my HC Realms is here, and my Roll20 is here, and then I got stuff on my cell phone. Me, I'm flipping between like 17 different
3-inch squares of
shit, and I'm like, all right, so what click number am I on? What click number are they on? Where am I in the house? Where are my shoes at? I got no pants on. What the hell is going on? So it's difficult for... I feel like I'm wasting a player's time. Like I'm so scatterbrained trying to make sure that I'm going to maximize my turn that I feel like I'm inadvertently stalling. And I am not a person that stalls playing HeroClix. You can ask anybody. And if anybody has ever accused me of stalling, I'm more than happy to tell them no, I'm actually not.
They're wrong.
So I don't... If I had a better setup and I use Roll20 for my Patreon. I play my patrons certain levels, and that gives them access to play me in Roll20 and talk and have a good time and be casual. We don't have to have a time limit. That's just
it, though. It's super casual.
Exactly.
No pressure.
Exactly. I do it when I play test for, like, when I played in Worlds in Philadelphia. I play tested a shit ton. I played Pedro over in Brazil. I played Kenji multiple times. I play tested with my team a whole bunch, and I 100% give them credit for me placing 18th that year at Worlds. If I didn't put in the time, and actually, I think that year I actually even traveled to New Jersey on multiple occasions.
I think 2 or 3, twice.
To actually just go there and just play test. I play test against Abdul. I play tested Brian Galley. I play tested the hell out of that team to make sure that I knew exactly what I needed to do to make my team work at its best. And when the time Worlds came around, I was ready. Now you can take that, and then you can take... I can take both of my experiences at Worlds in Philadelphia and in Graceland. Philadelphia, I was prepared. I made the cut, or excuse me, I won my way in the grinder, and then I played very well in the main event. When it came to Memphis, I was wishy-washy on whether or not I was actually even going to go to the event. I didn't play test as much because I didn't know if I was going to go. I was surprised by my wonderful wife that I was going to go, and when I actually got there, I hadn't play tested as much and taken it as seriously, and I got my ass kicked, and I didn't qualify, and I was miserable for the first day. I played like just complete dog shit.
I think that if you don't play test enough, you also can have a tendency to psych yourself out because you haven't play tested enough. You're not comfortable, and because of that, you step backwards and psych yourself out. So having Roll20 is an extreme benefit to someone like you for playtesting.
100%. It makes me more comfortable with, all right, so to make this is the way I have to do things. And
you can do it 1,000 times. As many times, with as many people, as many times as you need to feel comfortable.
Exactly.
And that's really an amazing benefit of having Roll20 available, and especially in a time like this. I can't say it enough. Being able to just go on there and play really with anybody in the entire world, as long as the timeline, comes together, is awesome.
Joe Peck, Team Nuts New Year's Roll20 extravaganza. That's it. We're gonna do Team Nuts. Team Nuts.
Can you please stop saying it like that?
Nuts. Any more questions?
No.
No. Okay, so.
Oh. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was wrong. Matt Dunham.
Matt Dunham.
Okay.
Yep.
How much are my teammates going to have to
carry me?
Okay.
They're gonna have to carry your dead weight ass the entire way. I mean, you were the only person in our charity event that somehow made the cut at 1 and 2. In your pod, there was I think 1 3-0 person, and then there were 3 1 and 2s. Yes. I'm doing the math real fast. I'm like, but you just happened to score more points. So, but I mean, even a broken clock is wrong twice a day. So I mean, maybe
bring a sled.
Yeah,
that's all we got.
So I don't know. Hopefully you play your ass off, and the Roll20 gods.
Even a squirrel finds a nut.
But you can lead a horse to water. You just can't drown it. That's not how it goes. You just can't.
That was such a funny joke. You didn't even laugh.
Even a blind squirrel can find a team nut. Can find a team nut.
Oh God.
Yep.
Good.
All you need to know about previews: new spot and spider hammer eye. Nothing else matters. That's good to know. Team Nut. So, I asked the question today for those that have played in online Nuts, and in person gameplay Nats. Did you prefer one to the other? How did things differ physically and mentally? Jeremy Walters said in-person Nats is so much big energy, while having the Discord to shoot the breeze is great. It's just not the same. Now, an upside to the online Nats, bathroom breaks are super convenient. Whatever food you really want is there, and depending on prep time, you can even get a nap in. That's awesome to know.
It's almost like the difference between practice and the big game. Like, practice, you're just with your teammates. It's super chill. Like, even a scrimmage, is not as high energy as the big game. You know?
Exactly. Mike White from the Great White North. Online is definitely easier in terms of food, bathroom breaks.
I love that that's the main, like, that's the number
That's
one.
what it is. Oh,
Food,
absolutely.
Bathroom breaks.
Making it to the event excited, but nothing beats being at the event, seeing your cliques, friends, and family, the sights and sounds, the energy, plus being able to spend time doing non-cliques things as well with other players. I thought Memphis last year was the best event yet and was really sad to not go again this year. I then made the comment that nothing beats free peanut butter and jelly and the pushy nights and watching Devin Owens try and play Tribe with his shaky ass hands. I'll go into more detail about that story.
I have to say, I think a lot of people agree with him about Memphis. From everything I've heard over the past year, Memphis was it. It was the best. It was amazing.
Yes. Doc Martel. I had a great time playing, loved being able to eat, drink, and smoke at my house. So basically what it boils down to is people enjoyed online Nats because
So
they
they
could just
could eat.
and piss whenever they wanted to. And in Doc's case, he could just get high and play. Bathroom breaks, non-issue. Never played anything bigger than States, but got a ton of great experience with Roll20 and my ass kicked by figures I own. Shout out to Doc. Doc is a guy that donated a lot to the charity event, but didn't want to play because he was not really familiar with Roll20, with how much fun he had with the charity event and things like that. He actually took some time and started to play Roll20, and as you can hear, he actually played in the Nats event last weekend, so good for him. Glad to see that people who didn't really have a lot of experience with Roll20 or stepping out of their comfort zone and trying some new things. Hopefully this opens up some things for people and can kind of help. Again, I keep saying mental health, but I mean, in times like this, you need to find distractions. You need to find things that you're passionate about, that you can get lost in.
And maybe even just a community.
Absolutely. Just to be able to, I mean, I've been playing a hell of a lot of Gears of War with my son, and it's amazing. We laugh about dumb shit, and it's just literally, you look up and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, holy hell, where did the time go? And it's just a good way to shut your brain off and do dumb stuff.
Get that dopamine injection of laughter.
Emily Michelle writes, I enjoy both ways.
Oh, really?
And I'm thrilled. She's going to be pissed. She's like, come on. And I'm thrilled that we still get to play even with the world the way that it currently is. I'm super comfortable playing online, and I really liked having the bathroom and food easily accessible. It was it's hard. When you're in between and you're having to run to use the bathroom, and there's
I get it.
30 of you guys in the same line trying to...
Excuse me. I never want to hear a man talk about having to wait for the bathroom. Never.
Okay. Well, when you're at a HeroClix event and it's like for every 30 men, there's one woman. There's only so many urinals
the one
to go
time
around.
in the whole wide world that happens.
Well, cry about it. What I miss most from in-person play is all of the hugs and hanging out and conversations that happen in the car, the ride, the traveling, evenings around the hotel. I still had the same nervous butterflies waiting for the event to start in between rounds to see who my opponent was going to be and see what they were playing. But every match I had was similar to in-person, where we had great conversation waiting for the round to start, and my matches all felt lighthearted and enjoyable. Even though it's high-level tournament, I'm usually fairly quiet in a group and more of a listener, which was similar with online play when we were all in a group discussion between rounds. I do miss the battle royals of in-person tournaments as a way to keep playing after getting knocked out of the rounds, and I think that's
amazing. That's exactly what I want to hear.
That's probably the biggest thing.
That excitement. I hope that everybody gets that excitement. I really do.
I mean, literally, my first day in Memphis, I was ready to book a flight home and just be like, nope, this is horrible. I lost every match. I literally just want
Everything
to
sucks.
go drown myself in the hotel pool and just call it a day. Everything sucks, but this peanut butter and jelly is really good. So, but then like I've totally forgot, hey, there's battle royals. There's other things to do. And then I started playing some battle royals and having fun.
And honestly,
And so-
your whole mood changed.
Oh, absolutely.
The whole weekend changed.
Absolutely. It's just, I went in thinking, oh, okay, this is going to be like Philadelphia. And then I just got my teeth kicked in, and it was like,
You're
holy
khaki.
shit, this is nothing like Philadelphia.
No, this is the big
This
leagues,
was a
baby.
horrible, horrible day one. So, I mean, by the sounds of it, was Online Nationals comparable? Sure. I mean, it was good. People still enjoyed it. It was something to do. But when it comes down to it, it sounds like people are still going to want to go to tournaments. They want the big game feel. They want the camaraderie. They want the in-person interaction. So what I was referencing was, in Memphis, there had a big area past. It was in a huge hotel. It was in the guest house,
Graceland.
the guest house
Yeah.
at Graceland, or the
Carriage
carriage
house,
house
yeah.
at Graceland. And there was this little like hangout section right by where like the convention center, not the convention center, but they had like side rooms and stuff that you could do things in. So as the Jersey boys, Team Pusheen, we would always be downstairs trying to play games and things like that. So the first night, there's a Game Master Kenji, who no matter where he goes, he's got a game in his
It's
pocket.
like Mary Poppins. He
just has a game.
just
Hey, let me
opens
check.
this backpack.
He opens his pocket and it's just like he
never
pulls
seen
out like a
anything like
jungle
it.
gym of games. So, oh my god! It's like, where were you hiding that? So we're playing a game called Tribe. So what it is you have like these stationary figures and there's cards. I'm not going to go into detail, but what you have to do is you have to take like objects and you have to balance them on these people. Now, I don't know.
And you're so delicate. You're such a ballet dancer.
Compared to Devin Owens. Now, Devin Owens is the first person to actually be from Canada who won Canadian Nationals for the first time in very, very long time. I don't know why, and I don't think he just said he's always like had like shaky hands.
I have terribly shaky hands.
It's just something he's always, I guess when he crossed the border, the guy asked if he was nervous, or when he landed, he was like, "No, this is just how I am." Like,
my body.
No, this is just me. So every time he had to put something on, it was just like, and I just couldn't help but make fun of him and poke fun of him. And he was the nicest. He's Canadian, so he's super
problem.
nice.
I could never be a surgeon. I can't stitch. I can barely write, honest to God. I make fun of your handwriting, but mine is just
And
as
of course,
bad.
I had to be an asshole, and hey man, be careful. Just had to keep poking at
That's
him
the whole
about
point of
it.
playing
But
a game,
I think
though.
he actually ended up winning the first
Did
game
he really?
too. And I was
Of
like,
course.
how the hell did that even happen? But those are the kinds of things that you don't get with an online Nats. Nuts.
But I honestly feel like the world sucks right now. We're doing the best we can. You guys are doing the best you can when it comes to Roll20. But just think about, hopefully next year, nuts happens.
Nuts.
And we, as a married couple, get to go to Memphis, if it's in Memphis. How
I think it's
that
gonna be in Memphis
excitement
for a
is
while.
going to be like tenfold compared to last year. And I'm excited for that. Like, I don't play. I'm going to walk around, just belittle people and, probably just you, actually.
Yep.
I'm going to stand in the women's room and sing because it's just going to be me and Emily.
As Emily pointed out,
But
lots of bathroom space.
it may suck right now, but I'm really looking forward to the future of getting together for the first time, having the guys down, play a game night, just being closer to other humans other than my husband.
Something wrong with that?
For hug. I really need a hug.
You're a jerk. So I mean, bug in my face.
Oh.
What did I miss now?
Zachary.
I'd like to play next year if I don't got summer sports.
Oh, good words there.
That's very good. You're
There's
going to
that.
have summer school if that's your grammar. You need to go hit the English books.
Zach, I think that you and your dad would have an absolutely amazing time. And if you don't have summer sports or summer school, we'll try and make that happen if it happens in the first place. But I'm really excited, honestly, for just the first tournament. Even down at Sarge's, just, your local.
Yeah.
Make sure when everything opens back up, you support your local businesses. Because they're the ones that are hurting. Amazon definitely ain't hurting right now.
Not a hell with Amazon. So, speaking of obviously of the Rock Nationals, and that's what I'm going to call it, because it is Rock Nationals.
What the heck else would you call it? Rock Nuts?
No, because there's this big divide of people who want to call this a national championship, and then there's a divide of people who call it the Rock National Championship.
Because it is indeed the Rock National Championship.
Because it's put on by The Rock, and it is sponsored by WizKids, because WizKids is giving them prizing and things for that. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and if you don't agree with it, that's fine. We don't have to agree with it. But it's kind of disrespectful to The Rock for putting on this.
Yeah, it's almost
like
you're not giving them credit.
It's almost kind of like you're like, I don't want to put The Rock in front of national championship because it's like belittling or It's less of a championship because it's the Rock National Championship. No, there are 122 players in this online championship, which is a lot of damn players. And
it's a championship.
And shout out
Still a championship.
And shout out to The Rock for having to coordinate that many people virtually over 2 days and pulling it off. Like Alex Coos and Howard Brock and Aaron Constantine Morgan and I'm guessing Jay Solomon and all the other judges and everybody who volunteered their time to help put this together. Like, yo, shout out to you guys. That's not an easy feat. So let's not
don't take away
don't
from that.
cut The Rock off of it. This is the Rock National Championship. This is the Rock Online National Championship. In a time like this, in this day and age, where it was an online event and it's the first of its kind, give these guys fucking credit. And I am dropping an F-bomb in it because, they put their asses on the line, and it was successful. So give credit where it's due. Yes, I know you want to be known as a national champion.
You are.
And this and that.
You are a champion.
But,
of the Rock
don't cut The Rock out of it because those guys did a damn good job. And
there's nothing small about it being, I don't know, people think it's lesser, maybe, but I totally disagree.
Yeah. So Emily says, I think there are 38 teams playing this weekend, too. So almost the same numbers as singles because you have 38 times 3. So, because it's 38 teams, 3 players on each team. So, these are numbers that are comparable to what WizKids put together at Memphis last year. So, don't, give The Rock their due. They're putting together something that hasn't been done before because we don't have the normal. Don't cut that ROC off the front of that championship. That's just my opinion.
And we gonna call you out on it.
And I'm one that, I've been very vocal about the way that WizKids handles things. I've been very vocal the way that The Rock has handled certain things. But, shout out to The Rock. They put this together, and I've heard that there were some hiccups at the start to try and get people in the right rooms. But,
oh, man.
They put together, it's a long-ass day, but, shout out to them. 2 days, they got a title out there. So, and again, shout out to Adam Friedman, who was the champion. He played Jason Wingard in a Vulture team, so he played Jason Wingard, 50-point Vulture, which is a Prime, Mr. Oz, 30-point Dark Phoenix, 30-point Valeria Von Doom. Wait for her to hit the watch list or the way her interaction works. Magneto, 20-point Shield Diplomat, 10-point Proteus, Octopus Arms, the Spin Ring, and the Wakanda location bonus. His sideline, shitload of the stuff that we usually see. Maps, Wakanda, WWE Arena, and Metal Arena.
Wait, before you say anything else, it's Jason Wingard. Is that his name?
Wyngarde.
But his first name is Jason, right?
Yes.
Why is his gamer tag not Jason Wingardium Leviosa?
No, that's the name of the person. It's a Marvel figure.
Oh, I thought it was a human. Like a real human. I got like real upset about that.
No.
See, this is why this is why I'm the sidekick, not the main event.
No, Adam Friedman's the guy who played.
Oh, I thought like
his little plastic sidekick was Jason Wingardium Leviosa.
Sometimes I hate that this is live.
Go put your head in the freezer, cool off.
I'm so hot. It's so hot in here.
It's warm. Well, my computer is at like 150 degrees right now. It's
ready to
sauna sweat
levitate.
here. That's why I don't wear sleeves from these live videos, because I'd have pit stains. It's hot in this bitch. That's a good enough reason.
Bruh.
So, Joe Gutalieri, who is a New England player. So, shout out to him.
It's not Gutalieri. It's Gutalieri.
Gutalieri. He basically played the almost same exact freaking team.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Jason Wingard, Vulture. He played Ace, though, instead. Dark Phoenix, Valeria Von Doom, 25-point Magneto. He went an alternate route and played Wendigo, 10 puss. Yo, 10 puss. How much for that? 10 puss. Fuck, we're going to be thrown. WizKids is never going to be sponsoring this show, ever. We got Team Nuts and that 10 puss.
Oh, God. We're just tired. I think we're just tired.
What
but
is
also,
going
listen,
on?
I have a request before you
How much is
continue.
that? 10 puss
Jesus,
for
why
Team
do you have to
Nuts.
say it like that? Okay, if you ever win anything real big and you get to create your own figure, can we create a Jason Wingardium Leviosa? Like, it's a Jason Wingard, but he's got like a Harry Potter scar and a wand?
No.
Okay, listen, Emily, you need to teach me how to play HeroClix so I can win and create
property. You can't do it. Damn. So he played the Spin Ring. He played the Octopus Arms. Third place was Oscar Maldonado. He played a Black Widow Captain Marvel build, which was the usual Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Tri-Sentinel, Dark Phoenix, another Von Doom, another Valeria, Storm Prime, Proteus, Spin Ring. We then had Esteban, who is playing in the charity event right now, playing Immortal Hulk. He played the Immortal Hulk with Batman Prime, with Ace, with Tri-Sentinel, with the 25-point Magneto, Proteus, Gorilla Grodd, Octopus Arms. What now?
Read what your child just wrote.
I'm making a Deadpool figure if I were to win. Of course.
Can we say no kidding?
Of course you would.
Big shock.
You actually have to play to win.
And not just in the living room.
Exactly.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, not just in the living room. Yeah, you want to play? I'm dragging ass, bro. But yeah, sure, I'll play. He's
got that 16-year-old energy. That Energizer Bunny energy.
Yeah, and then shout out to Alyssa McNeil.
Hell yeah.
She played an Avengers Alpha Strike team. She did play Black Widow Chase, but she played it with the 50-point Steve Rogers, Medusa, Voyager, and Micron, which is that's awesome right there. That is a theme team, by the way, because Steve Rogers does give Micron the Avengers team ability, or the keyword there. So, cool.
Give him some ups.
The build, I mean, you got to go build of the tournament, though, is George Massow. This guy continues to put out top 8s with just shit nobody...
It's his brain. His brain's just different.
He played a scientist theme, +9 science.
Jesus.
Played a +9 scientist theme. He played Mandarin with 9 rings. He then played 50-point Reginald Barclay. 25-point Ultra Humanite, 30-point Valeria Von Doom. People complaining about Black Widow Chase. Valeria Von Doom has been on like almost every single team.
Right?
He played 25-point Dr. Claire Finn from the what's that shitty Seth Meyers show there? Oh god, I just called it a shitty show, and it's a HeroClix property. I'm never getting.
I'm sorry.
Any sponsorship. Orville. It's the Orville show.
I was gonna say Sequest.
He then played 20-point Dr. Tracy Simmons. He played a 15-point Cadmus Lab
I
Scientist.
like that show.
I do like that show
What
as
are you
well.
talking about?
It is a good show.
It just hit me what you said.
Yep. I do. It's a very. It was. I was like, oh no.
I love Star Trek so very much. Original, second, third, and fourth
Seth
generation.
MacFarlane, and you go, oh no, Family Guy.
I wasn't
He's
thinking
ruin...
of him. I was thinking of Seth Rogen, and I was like, "What show are we talking about?"
Seth MacFarlane. Yeah,
I like that show.
It is a very good show. I just couldn't think of the damn name of it. He then played 50-point Wesley Crusher, 10-point Brainiac, and then a couple other rings as well. He also played the wrestling ring. We then had reigning, defending world champion Isaac Arnold Berkovitz, playing a +10 Justice League theme team. He played Dr. Fate at 65 points. He played the Batman Prime. He played 2 Atoms, a Stargirl, Amanda Waller, and then he played 4 10-point Dr. Fates, some rings. What do we got there? We got a couple people. Aaron Lloyd said George.
Jesus, we need to go to bed.
Holy cow. I need some caffeine. George's team was super cool. And my only loss, 175 to 143 points in Swiss. At Ultra Humanite, don't sleep on him. He's pretty good.
This. I like shouting out who you lost to and complimenting their teams. I like that.
I know.
Good on you.
This? So then, we then had Alan Mason. He played, it says Pleasant Hill. He played, again,
with Reese Witherspoon.
Jason Wingard. He played at Jean Grey, Ace, Maria Hill, Tri-Sentinel, Gorilla Grodd. What else we got here? And that rounded out the top 8. So, you had 2 Black Widow teams. You had Jason.
Lots of Valerias up in there.
Valeria Von Doom is something that is probably... And I did check out one. I checked out the Venom group that they previewed today, that the Italian page.
You know I have a soft spot in my heart for some Groot.
He has something similar that deals out the penetrating damage that Valeria does as well. So I feel like we're going to see a change in the way that mechanic works with Valeria, or we're going to see a change in the way that knockback works. Because what Valeria does is she's able to knock someone back, and anytime a figure is placed within, I think, 3 or 4 squares of her, she deals a penetrating damage to it. So the way knockback works
She's badass.
Well, the way that knockback works is each square that you go through, you're placed. So if you knock someone back 4 squares, placed, 1 damage. Placed, 1 damage. Placed,
she a bad bitch.
1 damage. So by combining it with, I think, the spin ring and being able to knock someone back,
she's crushing you.
Damage,
I like
damage,
her.
and you TK them back in. They take a damage. It's
not a huge fan of the name, but she a badass figure.
She is Dr. Doom's daughter.
I understand that, but Valeria sounds
venereal,
and I
got a case of the Valeria.
Of all the V names you could have chosen, I just really wish they could have gone with something other than Valeria.
How hot is it, you say? It's that hot? That's how hot it is in this room right now.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not sweaty.
Okay, let me check off my... So, we did the Q&A. I thanked a bunch of people. We did the online Nats breakdown. DC fandom.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I'm excited for this. DC had a fandom thing that popped off. I have some notes here about it. We're going to go through it quickly because we're already pushing an hour. So, yeah, on Saturday, DC fandom went absolutely just bananas. So let's break down some of these previews. Spoiler alert, there's going to be...
several spoilers
So
All
if
up
you
and
didn't
down
see
here.
these trailers, stop watching now.
Move on.
Have a good night. Or why don't you go check out the trailers because they're super fantastic, okay? So,
And then come back.
Wonder Woman 1984. We got ourselves a new trailer. We actually get to see her. We actually get to see her riding the lightning with her lasso of truth. It's just, why are you laughing? I've literally gotten one sentence out, already laughing.
I don't want to say. You can keep going. Keep going.
No. Please, enlighten me.
Your son is on here. I don't want to say. Please move on. Turn my mic off.
Oh, you're an idiot. We then get to see, we actually get to see Cheetah in all of her glory, actually as Cheetah.
I don't know who that is. Cheetah?
Cheetah. It's
Cheetah.
a woman who looks like a cheetah.
Well, is it her own movie? What is this?
No, Cheetah has always been Amazon's like arch nemesis.
Oh, I don't know that.
So we see the character, we see the woman who plays Cheetah,
Ooh.
but in this preview we finally see her as Cheetah with
in the full
the
outfit.
Cheetah. So what else did we see here? We see Maxwell Lord. We see get to see her in the Kingdom Come like gold armor, and I pooped a little bit because
They did it justice.
it's just it's so finger gunned me. We gotta get you on a we have to get you on a
nap.
we have to get you on some sort of a camera so we can see you being like with finger guns and stuff with your scrunchie.
Oh, hey, I love this scrunchie.
So next up we have the Justice League Snyder Cut. Now, for everybody that pooped on the Justice League movie that Joss Whedon did,
Which is unfortunate because I really like Joss Whedon's work. But
yeah, well, from what we heard though, the guy I forget the gentleman's name, but the guy who plays Cyborg basically came out and said, "Hey, Joss Whedon, huge douchebag.
Real asshole.
He treated us all like
a
dirt.
scumbag."
So the hell with him.
yeah.
But I mean, they don't bury the lead in this preview. In the first second of the preview, boom, Darkseid. It's like, oh, that's a character that wasn't even in Justice League. It was mentioned a couple times.
And that makes me wonder. So did it was on the editing room floor? Like what happened?
All right, so
That's where
there's
you
a
go-
lot
that's
of conflicting.
You don't need to go there. It's fine.
No,
I'm just curious.
we're going to. So Zack Snyder basically said when after he actually saw the Justice League movie, he was like, "This is 25% of my movie." Joss Whedon said, "Oh, I had to come in and do some reshoots and this and that," and then Zack watched the movie and was like, "He completely gutted my movie and
shredded
created
it.
his whole movie." So
And didn't do it well.
no. So, boom, Darkseid right
Boom,
away.
shakalaka.
Boom, shakalaka. We get to see more cyber. We get to see more cyborg. Like it's not just like, oh, here's some guy and he's part like robot. Like there's more backstory to a lot of these characters that were introduced in this movie.
Which
you get to see more
is missing
cyborg.
a lot.
You get to see more Flash and stuff like that. Like it's not just a couple files that Batman happens to steal
open
from
up
Lex
and
Luthor.
yeah.
But also what we see too in this preview is we see the death of Cyborg's father, which you don't see in the original Justice League movie at all. And then at one point in time, you see Cyborg like punching into the dirt at a cemetery, like he's mad that his father. So like you see a little more like depth of these characters. It's not just like, oh hey, you should come fight with us, and then okay, boom,
You're
we're
pretty
fighting,
cool.
boom,
Come on
boom,
over.
boom, boom.
Breadstick.
Really shitty CGI Steppenwolf. Let's fight him.
Oy.
So you see that. We get to see black suit Superman. Superman wears the black suit in the trailer. So the death of Superman. So in the comic books, after
If you
Superman
say when
dies
Superman died,
and he comes back, he wears a black and silver suit. He wears the black and silver suit. Why are you giving me the toot?
because You said the death of Superman when Superman died. No kidding.
The
You mean he
name
didn't
of
faint?
the whole thing is The Death of Superman. It's a comic book run.
Well, I didn't think he, like, went off to the mall. Wait. Your child said character development.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So, we see more Flash. There's more backstory. Steppenwolf looks way better in the
Yeah, that
Snyder
was
cut
really...
than he does in the
Joss.
what do they call it? The Justice League
Ew,
movie.
God, that's bad.
So, also, Flash, at the end of it, I can't talk. What the fuck is going on? Floss! Floss!
Oh, the
I don't...
the superhero of Healthy Gums.
So, Flash, at the end of the preview, he mentions other planets in Darkseid. So, there's the potential that he has been to other planets, that he has been able to time travel, kind of like a Flashpoint type thing. So, it's not just some weird, like,
Is
Flash...
the Flash in this the same as the Flash from the show? Or
in
is
the TV show?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. See,
Different.
That's
Yeah,
disappointing.
everyone kind of said the same thing, but then...
Like, you give him a show that's been on for 76 seasons and everybody loves, and you won't put him in your movie?
He's a fantastic...
That's what I'm saying, like, I don't really...
Alright, but this is the difference between Marvel and DC, is that DC has a multiverse. You have different Earths, you have that kind of stuff, which I'm going to talk about right now. So you have that kind of stuff, so it would be very easy to introduce him as a Barry Allen from a... Right now, we've got 3 Batmans cast.
I know.
We have Michael Keaton. Ben Affleck has already confirmed that he is coming back now.
Affleck.
So Ben Affleck is coming back. Michael Keaton
such
is
a
already
shitty
signed
Batman.
on. And then we have Twinkle Boy from the Twilight
What the
movies
hell is
there.
his name? Robert Pattinson. That
He's
was
signed
adorable.
on. So we have 3 Batmans right now.
Like, of all the people in the...
Well, we're going to get to that because his...
If his suit sparkles, I'm gonna...
Did you not see the trailer?
You already know I didn't see the trailer.
Well, as soon as we're off of here, you're watching it because it is going to blow your socks off.
I thought you were gonna...
I'm going to put socks on you and watch them get blown off. Because it's that good. I think everybody is gone. I think it's just Zach looking at his dad and stepmom like we're a bunch of freaking idiots.
That's how he looks at us.
Or everyone's
all day,
just
every
super
day.
quiet like, holy shit, these 2 are dumb. Is this what they do on a regular basis? Peach cobbler, blow your balls off. Yes. Got this peach cobbler, blow your balls off. Nuts. Team nuts.
Okay, we
So after this,
move on.
we have Suicide Squad, which they kind of did like a behind-the-scenes type thing, and they talked about how they made the movie. Only thing that you need to know is that John Cena is playing Peacemaker, which is a douchier Captain America.
John Cena.
And that's which is going to be amazing. So could we technically then, seeing as how HeroClix has the WWE and has DC, could we make a John Cena as Peacemaker
Oh my
figure?
god, do you know what would be the best thing ever?
Could we
is
do
if
that?
a John Cena character came out, but it was just the dial because you couldn't see him.
It's a con exclusive. I've already told you that. It's an all clear John
No,
Cena.
I just mean just the dial.
Just the puck. Like they used to do for like Invisible Woman in Plastic Man. It would just be like
Use
a
your
puck.
imagination.
There you go, kid.
Oh, that would just bring a tear of joy.
Basically, everybody who was in this thing said that James Gunn is going to kill it. One person was quoted as saying, "Everything is exploding, genitals, heads, arms, legs." So I don't know what the... Yes,
No, I want to know who said that.
it was one of the characters in the movie. And he had like a
It was
super
his
heavy...
brother, wasn't it?
He
It was
had like
his
a
brother.
super heavy accent. Everything is exploding, genitals, heads, arms,
Everything you were doing is wrong. I
legs.
just want you to know.
And then also they said in there, don't get attached So
it's the Game of Thrones.
I'm going to get.
Cinema.
Well, it's Suicide Squad. They've literally cast 30 characters. I think by the end of it, you're gonna have 4 characters left.
Doesn't the name
Everyone
kind of
dies.
say it all, though?
Kinda. Yeah.
Maybe you should expect it.
So I mean, I think Harley Quinn stays. I think
I literally think the world would riot. At least all American men, all straight cis American men would riot if.
I think Idris Elba makes it.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
John Cena dies instantly. Just to be
It's
like.
too bad. I truly enjoy him in movies. I really do.
He was good in Trainwreck.
He was great. What was the one with the two
Catch me on
sisters?
Grindr.
What was the one with the two sisters? I got
Oh,
gummy
God.
vitamins. I got
I got shit to make your dick hard. I got shit to make your dick soft. I got baby aspirin. I got Flintstone chewables.
Absolutely wish he was in that movie for more
We're
than 10
completely
seconds.
off the rails now.
I know, I'm sorry.
Completely off the rails. This has
lost
nothing
it.
to do with HeroClix. We're straight into pop culture
Just
now.
quoting John Cena.
We're clothing. That's what we're doing. We're clothing.
Cloning? All right, we're going to go take a nani.
Okay, so then there's the Batman. The opening scene is soon like you hear just duct tape.
Ooh.
And it's the Riddler wrapping a victim's head, and it says "No more lies" on it. It is the We have to watch it as soon as we're done here.
Okay.
It is the creepiest thing I've seen in a Batman movie since I heard Heath Ledger's laugh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's
a good one. I have the excite.
So good. This trailer.
Who plays the Riddler?
I don't remember.
Honestly, because Jim Carrey
is-
was quirky, he was cartoonish
This
in that.
is
but
sinister. Like
I wish they could have gotten Jim Carrey because a creepy Jim Carrey is real creepy. It would have been great, but whatever.
yeah,
I digress.
Whoever is doing that, you have to watch. Once you watch it, you can comment on it in the next video we do.
Okay.
This Riddler, it's and then they're and then the scene that they're doing is like a more like ominous, like it's Nirvana is the song that they're doing.
Oh God,
the trailer
I love
to. It's casting. They cast Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon. It's the first time they've cast a black man to play James Gordon.
I don't know who Jeffrey Wright is.
When you see him, you'll know him. He's an amazing actor. I am super excited that they cast him to play James Gordon. I know who was the last guy who played James Gordon for the Dark Knight trilogy. He plays every.
Oh shoot.
He's every character.
Michael Caine. Michael Caine.
Nope, that's definitely Alfred. Gary Oldman
Oh, see, I was thinking of Alfred. I
Gary
totally lost
Oldman
my mind.
was a great James
Gary
Gordon.
Oldman is a great
But
everything.
Jeffrey,
Dahmer.
yes, he played Sirius Black as well. Gary Oldman.
He's honestly.
I love that
I
Zach's
can't-
just literally this is
Just-
Zach's
it's like a
last
two-word-
character development. Peach Cobbler, King Shark,
He's
Sirius
just-
Black,
everything we can't think of.
just two word and everything. So yes, it was a big to do. A lot of assholes were like, "Oh,
They can
James
suck
Gordon's
it.
not black." Blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? If the guy can act, let him act. And this guy, Jeffrey Wright, can act. And I am super excited to see him because also on top of this,
I want to look him up.
he look him up while I'm talking. He also is talking to Batman in the scene, so it's one of the first times that
Oh, I love this guy.
So it's kind of one of the first times that we're actually seeing.
He was on Broadway.
Like Gotham, or like the Gotham PD.
He was
is
in James Bond.
Actually, yes, he was the CIA guy who got.
Yes,
you got him back
oh
into
God,
the
he was so
in
good.
Casino Royale.
He's been in 2, 3 of them.
2 of them. He was in
He was
Casino
in Casino
Royale
and Quantum of Solace.
Yes. So.
Oh, I really like him. I'm very excited for this.
Joe Pangrazio, loud noises. So, it's the first time in a long time we've actually seen the Gotham PD interact with Batman as a detective. So it isn't this weird divide like he's wanted. They're kind of like it would
I'm
appear to
very
me
excited
that they're
about
kind
this.
of like working with Batman. You know what I mean?
We're gonna have to just wait and see.
The car looks amazing. I don't mind. There's a scene where what's his face there, Twinkle Boy, Robert Pattinson, literally just beats the living piss out of a guy, and it looks great. And
Not
I'm cool
Robert
with it.
Patterson. Robert Pattinson.
Whatever.
Different people.
He'll get over it.
I just looked up the Wikipedia of the new Batman, and I want to comment on all these people that are in it, but I don't want to because I haven't seen it yet.
I love Zach. Zach just makes the point of all things. Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury is the perfect example that race doesn't matter when it comes to comic book movies, only acting ability. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And that is why we love him.
Couldn't have said it. Michael Clark Duncan playing Kingpin.
He was so... I miss him.
He
was amazing.
That pan up and him standing in the window.
His voice gives you chills.
Now, what's the other guy there? He played in The
Cell.
He also played in...
SVU.
No, I'm thinking Men in Black. Sugar and water. More. Your skin's hanging off your bones. Is that better? What's his name? Brad. I want to say Brad Renfro, but I think that's wrong.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Fuck me.
Who the fuck is Brad Renfro?
An actor, I think. Vincent D'Onofrio. I was close. There was vowels in the names.
Fro at the end. There are people in this upcoming movie that I want to comment on. We're gonna have to do another one.
Does it have anything to do with DC fandom?
Well, it's Batman.
Okay, go.
There's a Skarsgård in it.
Yes.
There's a Kravitz in it.
Yes, she plays Catwoman.
There's a Farrell in it.
Colin Farrell plays Penguin.
Oh God.
He's in the preview. I'll have to show you him. You will never actually, like, you'll see him and go, that's not Colin Farrell. And I'm going to go, yeah, that's him. And you're going to go, no. And I'm going to go, yeah.
Really like Zoe Kravitz. I think
she's playing Catwoman.
John Turturro is absolutely awesome. He was in The Big Lebowski. He was in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh God,
absolutely amazing. This is gonna be freaking. He was in Transformers.
And the car. And the car looks great, by the way. It's a new car. It's a new Batmobile. Looks good. Moving on. Black Adam. They haven't actually done any filming for Black Adam. So they kind of did some still animation for it, but they broke ground on something. So we know that in the Black Adam movie, obviously, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is playing Black Adam.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is playing Black Adam, but we also know that the Justice Society is going to play a factor in this, and we are going to see a Hawkman, a Dr. Fate, a Cyclone, and Atom Smasher. So we do know those things. There was no real previews of anything because they haven't started filming because obviously the world is melting. But The Rock playing Black Adam, somewhere George Massow just had an accident. That's the nicest way I can say it.
Was The Rock in the costume or anything, or was it just
words on a screen? Well, it was him talking over as though he was Black Adam.
I can't picture that because he's
animation of him wearing the Black Adam outfit, him sitting in the throne. It's very nice. I'll show you again. I bet you do. And then, I mean, we had 2 video games also previewed. Gotham Knights takes place right after the Arkham games. Spoiler alert, if you haven't played the Arkham games, I'm going to ruin.
Do so, because they are actually really cool.
Bruce Wayne dies. Batman is dead. He sends out a code black. This is the trailer. He sends out a code black. Basically says, I'm dead. If you're getting this, I'm dead. You need to step up and take over the city. It then shows the Red Hood, Robin, Nightwing, Batwoman. And then it shows actual gameplay footage, and it looks amazing. We also, by Rocksteady as well, we have a Suicide Squad game that looks like it's going to take place in Metropolis. We know that for a fact. I saw There's no real gameplay footage. It's a lot of animation and kind of like telling what's happening with the game. So you get to play as Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and King Shark. Those are the 4 that are in the video. So they have a high priority target. You see Superman holding a pilot, and he fries the pilot's face off.
Ooh.
So you don't know if it's like evil Superman that we kind of got from Injustice, or if it's Bizarro. But basically, and then at the end of that it says Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. So I'm not 100% sure. It also looks like Brainiac's ship is in the background as well. So we got 2 really good video games on the way. We've got
a whole bunch of movies.
A whole bunch of movies, and a lot of those movies are coming out in 2021.
Yeah, the Batman, it says October.
Batman is 2021.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is 2021. Suicide Squad is 2021. I think Black Adam is 2022. It got pushed a little bit because
everything is obviously
the world is melting. And we're done because this has gone a long way, and I have said too much and sound like a dunce. So, I thank you all for being here. This is probably one of the best videos I feel like I've done.
Feels good
I was able to laugh, share what my family's been going through. And again, I can't thank you all enough for the private messages, the outpouring of support. And
just knowing that you guys are out there somewhere thinking about us and wishing us well means more than I can say.
Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is by far one of the best communities I've ever had the privilege of being a part of. And I can't thank you all enough. To all the Patreon supporters, Aries Uncensored, probably coming this weekend. It's going to be a lot more swearing and a lot more opinionated stuff that you will be able to...
all kinds of chit-chat about Valeria.
No, Valeria. That you will be able to access via patreon.com. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Critical Hit Customs, Sarge's Comics and Games. I will say Smetch Rat Games.
Yeah, because
they are working on, spoiler alert, they're working on an online platform to sell clicks, kind of without having it be eBay.
Honestly, you don't even have to go there for clicks. Go check out their gear. Their t-shirts are
t-shirts
banging.
are amazing. Tyler Locke and the gang are awesome. They've always treated me very well. They do have an online store on eBay, so go check them out. Yeah, they've always treated us very, very well. Again, thank you to all of the charity donations that we've gotten. Thank you to Last Action HeroClix for streaming some of the online games. Thank you to David Colon and Mr. Clixo for streaming some of the games. Thank you to the Eagles.
I don't
That's
know
kind of an
what
eagle.
that was.
Kind of an eagle?
It was just you screaming.
I didn't want to
with
go
your eyes closed.
Because that's not, it's like a crow.
What you said was like,
thank you to the
head.
Eagles for all of their support, and they are also streaming some of the online games as well.
Good luck this weekend to anybody playing.
Kick ass. If you need anything from me, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help in any capacity that I can.
We're always here because we can't go anywhere.
Yeah, basically that's it. So I thank you all very much. Have yourselves a great evening.
Bye.
Yeah, I think that's about it. So, we out.
You got a head bob. Just got a bob.
Perfect!
She scared the shit out of the dog.